Hey, hey, we're alive. How's it going? It's 2:02. I wanted to start basically at 2 p.m. I've done all the sharey bits, all the boring things, and here we are. Force of habit. I minimized the window before putting the keyboard down. Shouldn't do that. Stick that over there. All right. I've got a drink. Yeah. We're going to make this work. Make some noises. End of 2024. Oh, the mic's a bit off. Let me turn it. Go. Yeah, end of 2023, I beg your pardon. Why did I say that? Beginning of 2024, around the corner. It's been a fun year. Can't believe I've done this many live streams at the very end of the year. Must be something wrong with me. Anyway, let's make this go away. Whee! Okay, that was fun. Welcome to M-Tron Pro IV. IV is 4, right? I'm not good at my Newman Rome rules. Yes, I said Newman Rome rules. I much prefer standard numbery type things. Anyway, IV. I'm going to call it M-Tron Pro IV. And we're going to look at some of the factory expansions. Well, the factory bank and then some of the expansions come with it and all kind of things. And I've got my usual ducker going on as well. So let's get into it. Just check the chat as well. Leoniverse, hi. And Miguel is back from 2 live streams ago. Nice to see you again. The last live stream I did was a week ago. It's Piano Tech. And this is M-Tron Pro. So what have we got first? We have Angel Voice. And this is part of the M-Tron Pro specific bank. M-Tron Pro IV, the 4th version, came out semi-recently. And they gave us some new sounds with it. So what is M-Tron Pro? Well, it's like a virtual Mellotron in your pocket. It's very cool. Has a lot of sound in it. I have the complete package, so that means I have every expansion they ever released for it. And there's a lot there. A lot. GForce is linked in the video description, of course, because you know me. I like to do it right. And so you can go click into that link yourself and hopefully open it in another tab so you don't kill the live stream. And let's play some noises. Now, the interesting thing about this plugin is that they've emulated it quite perfectly. So there's only a very small playing range. I believe it's 37 keys or 36 or 7, something like that. So it goes from this G here up to F here. So literally 3 octaves and then up to F. So you don't get 4 Gs, you get 3 Gs, and the key you don't get most of is actually F sharp. You only get 2 F sharps. That's it. That's your lot. I think pretty much everything else you get 3 of, but only 2 F sharps. So it makes you play really, really differently, and I think that's actually really nice. So this time I have made double, triple, just going to do it again, making triple sure that my favorites are turned on because we could be here for 90 hours otherwise. There are more presets in this than there were Piano Tech. Piano Tech only had 600 odd presets. This has over 3,000. So if I didn't have favorites on, it would be a very bad time. That's called something very weird, like the Sum Redo. I'm not sure I'm saying that at all right, by the way, but that's what it's called. We're just going to go with it. Now we get on to this fun one. This is a cool one. This one is called Bossa Guitar, and this bank, this factory bank for M-Tron Pro 4, is it 4? I need to read the chat. Anyway, gives us some of the presets from some of the expansion banks. This particular sound comes from the OptiTron expansion, or Optigon, OPT, which was something like a Mellotron, but not exactly. It was a toy made by Mattel, I believe, in the late 70s, and it took discs. And basically, there were lots of tracks on each disc, and it was an optical disc, and they had all these lo-fi loops that were, I think, about 110 BPM, if memory serves. So you have lots of major minors going on. So the first, let's see, that's a major. But then it changes up, and then you don't get all keys, by the way. Some keys just don't play anything. Actually, I'm sure they're supposed to. Hang on, let's let's do that again, because you're supposed to do that, right? Okay, some keys literally don't play. Maybe in the real version they will. But yeah, for example, my B does not play. No B's play. Okay. But then the first octave, as I say, then you got minors. And the last octave is kind of, I guess, miscellaneous. I haven't quite worked out how this works, by the way, but you can play some cool songs on it. I'm going to show you in a second. So what I like to do is something like, how's it go? And everything's written in the key of C. So there's intro here. These low keys, by the way, before the first octave really starts. And each one is a bit different. You get some of these sort of... It's a bizarre synth. It's a really bizarre synth. Kind of fun. And you can see why people like it for the lo-fi. You could build an entire track around just like these few notes. Not these particularly, the drums, but... So it's full of just very weird things. Oh dear. Doesn't it just sound so old and nostalgic in a way that you just can't make and force with modern synths? There's just something about it that's glorious. There's lots and lots more where that came from when I get to the OptiTron expansion later on, but let's show you some more noises here. Brass blast. No velocity, by the way. Doesn't matter how hard I hit the key, there's just nothing. It's fun though. Oh, they've allowed this one to stretch down the keyboard more so you can play it wherever you want. I like it. Clarinet wash. So cool. You can play some fat chords with that and just have it just washed out and beautiful. There's something just incredibly oldie-worldy about this, and I really find it very fascinating. Oh dear, I can't speak because the mic is being cut off by the audio. That's called Dream Vibe, and it's very beautiful. I think that's really cool. Harp space. Oh, lovely harp runs here. I really appreciate these because I used to use a lot of Roland products when I was younger. And SRX6, which is one of the Roland expansions, had things like this in it. And when I no longer had access to that, I was very sad, you see, because I used to use a lot of that in my music. Now, of course, I have Roland Cloud, but now I also have this as well. I just love that. That sound. Oh, man. So cool. Not gonna lie. ClaviTron. So in this plugin, the mod wheel does absolutely nothing. In the original M-Tron Pro that Louis has, if he's listening, the mod wheel certainly does things, but in this one it does not do anything. So you can move it all the way. You can move pitch bend though. Aftertouch does, that's fun. Yeah. It's quite cool. Oh. Leslie organ very fast. Again, very old. Ooh, LSD rhythm mixer. Now, what on earth have we done here? And Miguel asks if I'm controlling all the plugins that I've been showing you with complete control. Yes, that's it. Nothing I show you, unless really somebody specifies a particular thing, will be outside of complete control. It just makes my life a lot easier. I can basically have no keyboard on my knee to be clicking through and pressing arrow keys. I'm just using the complete control keyboard with some presets and doing everything through the keyboard. The musical keyboard, not the computer keyboard. I'm going to have a sip of water because my voice is killing me. That's fun. Now, organic synth plugs. Oh, I like that. Again, they seem to have allowed us to go all the way down to the bottom, but only up to the F, no higher. So, and my appeal when I first heard this synth was some years ago was on a YouTube video that GForce themselves did, and I was just like, I've heard these sounds in many songs over the years. Of course, there's the obligatory Strawberry Fields from the Beatles and all that sort of thing, but there are a lot of sounds I hadn't heard. But also the limited writing range just appealed to me, and the lack of velocity, because it really will make you write differently than you would otherwise do so. And I think that's really fun. Sometimes we get so spoiled by the software that we have access to now that we don't really, we take it for granted. So sometimes it's nice to be forced into boxes. Progress brass. Punch brass. Ooh, sad and solo split. Also, we have the violins come out and make everything all sad. It's so depressing. It's like an old 30s war movie, isn't it? It's brilliant. And it stops. So I'm not sure exactly where this sound comes from. I'm guessing one of the expansions, but it might be one of them that I haven't reached yet, because I got this plugin a couple weeks ago and I haven't been through every sound in every expansion yet, not with 3,000 of them. There are, I think, about 6 banks I haven't yet touched. So I'm not sure exactly where they took that sound from. Be curious to know. Solo wins. Freaky. StudioTron flute. Nice release. I kind of like it. So Leonie asked, why am I trying to play and talk at the same time? It doesn't work. I should know that by now. If these are NKS already, well, this plugin is not first-party NKS. This was done by Jason at Freelance Sound Labs, so I had to buy presets from him for it to work. Vibes enhanced. It's all wibbly. It's fun. So that's the end of that particular bank of favorites. There are more things without favorites, but believe me, I'm scared to turn off favorites in this plugin. And so I'm not going to. Now, where am I going to take us now? Let's go and look at some of the Isolation Choir. I have some favorites from Isolation Choir. Was a bank that's came out of lockdown as far as I understand it, and it was a bunch of people got together in their homes, so virtually got together, and made a choir bank that then they submitted to GForce for turning into an like in a M-Tron bank. So we have Alex Ball, Slow and Wide. Now, the one thing I didn't say about the M-Tron itself and the Chamberlain is that, if my memory serves correctly, these things were all run on tapes, right? There were actual tapes, so each individual key, each of the 36 or 37 keys, whatever it is, had a tape, and it was all the materials run off of tape heads. And the tape loop, or not even loop, the tape length was 8 seconds. So a lot of these sounds will only ever run for 8 seconds if you hold them down. So there we go. This is Bottle Blow Angie, so someone else in the Isolation Choir. Eight seconds. I just held it out there. There we go. Tangotron Whistle Wide. So good. So fun. Comrade to Cam Vision. I don't know what that says exactly. Sounds Welsh. That's really quite fun, actually. Yeah, I like that sound. From pillar to post. If you have your speakers or headphones configured the correct way, it is sliding from the left to right of the stereo spectrum. So it's sliding in from the left and ending up on the right. It's very cool. So we could play notes at different times so that they come in and move over at different times. And there indeed, your 8 seconds. That's kind of cool though, right? I like this thing. And Miguel asks if the side of the keyboard is important for beginners. That's a hard one for me to answer because I am a so-called quote-unquote professional musician. I gig and stuff, so, you know, as you see it. And I use a 61 key controller. Some people say that 61 is too small for them, so they only gig with 88s or 76 key controllers. Some people say that 61 is too big for them, so they'll only take 49s and 25s. It's a very, very, very personal thing. I'll be honest. The size of the keyboard you have will, of course, limit or be able, not limit, as the case may be, what you're able to play. Now, I'm very used to octave switching on a 61 key controller. I'm very used to doing it. I've done it all my life since I basically started playing professionally. But some people aren't because they only ever played, you know, weighted 88 note controllers. So for them, this keyboard is very limiting. For me, I'm quite free. But I also can play a piano where you don't have to octave shift. So it is just a very, very subjective thing. And it's hard for me to say one way or the other. I say, buy whatever your budget dictates you can buy and be happy with it. I just melted fifths. Now fifths are fantastic because you can play like a C and you get it, and you're getting an F below in this case. So if I play, I'm playing an A flat above that C, and then we have a lovely chord automatically made of 4 notes. I'm only playing 2 of those notes and we get 4 notes. And if I move the A flat down to a G, so fun. So fun. This one is called I Just Melted Straight Away and is not fifths. Oh man. Such fun. I think this is called Leven Late? I'm not sure. It's hard to hear some of these names, and especially if they give them very strange titles, because Complete Control, it does not spell in my headphones. So there's no way to like know what it's saying, what it's doing. It's very annoying. I've never asked this before in my live streams because I forget, and honestly I think it's quite obnoxious. So I'm only going to ask it one time. If you like the video, please hit like, and also please do share it with friends. There, I've said it now. I'm not going to talk about it again. There's a Welsh title in this. How am I supposed to say that? Llanfair Pochwingich, I think it is. Excuse me while I just hold those notes down and check a message. because that's beautiful. Wow. I like that sound. That's why I favorited it. I know it seems silly, but sometimes you forget that you had a good idea at the time. So favoriting a sound like that, absolutely cool. That's called reversed Anna. Yes, I haven't even talked about any of the NKS parameters, by the way. I will do. I just haven't got around to it. But you can basically reverse. There are 2 layers per preset, if they want to be. They don't even have to be both switched on. They can be. And you can reverse either or layer. And you can also turn each layer half speed. So in fact, I'll show you. Okay, let's see. I'm looking to see layer 8 effects on off, rewind on off. Let me go to A tape, which is the next page over. Half speed. So I've turned half speed on. So now Anna, reversed Anna, is half speed. That's really wicked. Turned it off. And the reverse is on. So if I turn off the reverse, turn it back on, it's slightly different. I kind of like it. So you can do a lot with these mad things. Vocal. Oh, vocal bells. Hi. It's very cool. What a man's got to do. Okay, really. Now this one confuses my perfect pitch brain because C is playing in G. Oh, there's a C above it to the right, but it's the predominant note here is a G. Things like that really, really absolutely mess with my head. Okay, so we're through with the isolation choir bank. We're going to move on to, when I turn this dial here, factory. Backwards, but beautiful. Okay, what's happening? Ah, here we go. It is happening. It is. Strange noises here. Yes. So Miguel saying about going for native instruments. Well, that's the only keyboard controller that I personally use. I live in the complete control ecosystem for 9/10 of my life. I'll be honest. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. So okay. I don't know what that's saying. I think it's saying Blurotron's choir string mix. It's very strange. Whoa. Black Sabbath effects basic. Okay. Yeah. There are a ton of sound effects and sound effect banks and things in this plugin. Tons and tons of them. And they're all cool because they're all lo-fi and strangely creepy, and some are very interesting. I like that. Oh, I like that. So I'm just playing different keys in this particular preset. So maybe some of these are actually in people's songs already. I shouldn't doubt it. Which gets me curious, if I reverse this previous sound, yes, as I thought, I'm sure that that piano has a low F in it. Can you hear that? It's massively low. I wonder if that's one of the Fazioli or Petrov, Antonin Petrov pianos, Anton Petrov, Russian piano maker, because there are a few pianos that have the low F like that. Oh, some of the Bösendorfer Imperials too. It's supposed to play that way. By the way, it seems that you can turn on and off reverse mid-flow. That's fun. Yeah, it got cut. See? 8 seconds. It got cut off. All these one-note wonders. I wonder where they came from. I turned on reverse to see what that did. What? Where's all these things coming from? They're very strange. Lovely guitar riffs. And of course, it might be fun to, for example, try using the half-speed option. There's also wow and flutter for the tape, by the way, so you can, for example, control how much it moves around and that kind of thing. See, it's a bit of a dirtier tape, isn't it? It's quite fast there. Turn it off completely. Now the sound does that, but you can hear it's not fluttering around like that. All kinds of... That sound does it by itself. Now it makes me wonder if this YouTube video will get copyright struck because of the nature of the thing. So here's another of these rhythms I was talking about before. This one is called Cha-Cha-Cha. So we start on the low G, because these are like intros until we get to the first C. But before that we have this. And this is off the OptiTron again, because it's looping like that. Mellotrons don't loop, as we've already discussed. Some really cool rhythms though, right? So you're supposed to play, I guess, these in sequence like this. And then it goes on to the 3 drums. So you've got G, A flat, A, B flat, B, and then C. And then you have all these rhythms, same kind of chord ideas before. I am confused why B's just not working today. Sorry. Okay, so the next one is Dreamy Does It Optigan. So what have we got here? We've got another of these chord type playback things. So much fun. It sounds like long grass, but I don't think it is, because it should be in the D's. This is a name I cannot pronounce. Again, they do that a lot to me. They're trying to embarrass me. Nice. I like that. It's the harp along with a lady. Emma Lady, I think it's called. Funny. MJXP Ebo flute pad. So fun. I like it. The Dark Noise. That is cool. You could use that in some audio dramas. It's great noise. Wow. I don't remember favoriting this, I must admit, but I must have had my reasons. They're clear to me now. Very cool. Vibes 1 Basic. I like that. And someone says that GForce is the name of NVIDIA's cards. Yeah, different spelling though. Not the same spelling. Vibes 2 Basic. Nice delay on this one. Such fun. VP 330 Ensemble Loop Wide Basic. That. And that's the end of that bank. Ooh, I'm glad I set favorites on this time because I could have screwed myself a lot. Right, we're going to leave the actual factory main bank and go to expansions now. It's time to look at Alex Ball Artist Expansion and see what we got. What we got here. Balalaika Wide. don't know. Much fun. This is a great double bass. I was very, very surprised to find this in here, but I was very happy to do so because the piece that I opened up, one of the pieces I opened up the live stream with, is called Dinky Donk and was made purely with the M-Tron plug sounds and expansions, and this double bass was very fitting. I do like it. And he did indeed seem to sample of every note for the entire M-Tron range. And for being of one layer, one round robin, or not even round robin, one sample instrument per key, it's just really, really good for just exactly what it is. I feel like it is what you would sample if you were chopping up samples of a double bass. Like, you would get a riff going and then you would sample that, but you wouldn't need to sample it because it's already like sampled material. Like that, you could just put that immediately into a breakbeat now. So much fun. That's awesome. Electric Dreams. Oh boy. Okay, so Alex did his own version of M-Tron sounds, so he's got this fast funk mixed bank thing here, which is very, very fun indeed. Hi RVs, whoever you may be, nice to see you. And yes, double bass. Although this is not double bass, this seems to be electric bass. Okay, so here, the B works. I was worried that the Bs on my keyboard weren't working, but they worked in other presets, but not the chorded ones. But in the Alex Ball expansion, B for ball, I guess is working. So I can do things like... Oh, I've got a right-hand side as well. This is even better. I have a right-hand sort of playable thing. Okay, so what he's done, I think, is actually build in these notes along to go with this synth. So I think actually is not a playable item. These are hold downable items in the same way that these keys down here are. That's what he's done. So you're supposed to play them in an octave together. That's fun. That is fun. Gotta be said. Harp-like. I quite like that. I do. Mixed dynamic drums. Yes, man. Love drums. Drums forever. So someone asked what I use to make my music. I use Logic Pro X, and it's about me lot because I like Logic. All sorts of wonderful snares and hits and mashes. So old. That is like the most 80s sci-fi sound ever. And that. That's fun. That's a word I can't even pronounce. He's written some very strange thing followed by wide and dyne, so wide and dynamic. See, the M-Tron default sounds are not velocity sensitive, but this plugin, being a plugin, allows you to change that, of course, because it's a plugin and you can do those things, virtual instruments. So this is actually a velocity sensitive preset. And even aftertouch sensitive. Ooh. I likes it. I likes it. Piano basic. Yeah, we have to have a piano, don't we? 's a very strange playing in such a limited playing field because, as I say, G to F, so you have to be very careful what you do. Eight seconds? 8 seconds. By the way, some of the hits don't come in exactly on time, so you can hear my C is a bit late. It even cuts through the mic, so. The D is also a bit late. It's slightly a bit late, like a different latency than C. And of course no velocity, so you just it's almost like a Korg dance piano from the 90s. But I do like the sound of the piano for some reason. It's nostalgic and old and freaking great. There's just something about it. Yeah. Raucous drum synths. These are great. So great. What fun. Tonky. twang guitar, basic. I like it because it is so grungy and way out west mixed bank. This is a fun one. A yeehaw. Great. Way out west indeed. Wumpy wump. Now that's one of the greatest solo sounds in the history of solo sounds, if you ask me. You can just have so much fun with that. That's just great. And that's the last in the Alex Ball expansion banks. So we're going through these in nice rapid order. So we're in the ChamberTron bank now. ChamberTron, I guess, is the initial bank that came with the Chamberlain, which is the kind of predecessor to the Mellotron. The Mellotron was actually a UK, I say invention, more like someone kind of halfway sort of stole it from the US. But there's a whole thing behind that, which you can read about on the GForce website. So Alien World. So much fun if they'd have made the mod build do some kind of default action, even if it's like an opening up of a filter or something. Shame they didn't. All a vibe. Rings out nicely though, doesn't it? Yeah. I believe that's called Altered States. You start to see how you could combine some of these really sort of ambient sounds with some of the more out there sounds from M-Tron and have a lot of fun. I'm almost tempted to actually start something with that sound and build a piece up. Maybe one day livestream will do that. If people request I work on a track during a live stream, then that would be fun as well. B-movie. Oh, it fades off into nothing. That's cool. Let's have an 8-second listen to this. Ah, now look, see? That's fun. So here, that was half speed. So that meant that that length was 16 seconds. Very interesting. So that's why it was longer than the other one. Yeah. Hold on. Baby bells. Fun times. That one's very cute. Backaphonic. Ooh, it goes back on you. Ooh, that's nice. Yes, I like. Me like a lotto. Ah, man. This plugin has... it has a thing about it. If you put your sustain pedal down before you play your notes, it will not respect that. You have to play everything you want and then sustain it. It's a troublesome thing. Maybe there's a point to it, but I don't know what it is, and I don't think I like it. Baroque. Bell Vox. Yeah, we like that. So you're going to listen to this, a lot of you, or some of you, after 2024 has started. So this will be a pointless question for those of you who aren't in the live chat. But what are you doing to celebrate New Year? This is a Saturday, and on Sunday evening, we're going to put a bunch of party food in the oven, mini beef burgers and chicken and things like that. And we're just going to have a family get together. Looking forward to it a lot. It's going to be like sort of lay it out on the table and all you can eat. My wife just bought a bunch of food that goes off on January the 1st, so we're just going to enjoy the ever-living food out of that. Yeah. Chamberlain muted orchestra. I didn't even tell you what the sound was. There's something very timely about this. It feels like it should be embedded in a film about World War II. I said that before, but it does feel that kind of vibe, and it would be a part of the thing that's looking back on times gone by or something. Oh man, that's absolutely incredible, actually. something strings. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that word. Again, really, really lovely. I feel like I could stack that sound and the previous sound together and make something very beautiful. Delicate shimmer. Yeah, very nice again. A couple live streams ago, I said that depending on what mood you're in is depending on what kind of sound your favorite. And I think going through these, I must have been in a sort of very contemplative, quiet mood, because these are my favorites. There are more sounds in between the sounds that you're hearing. So it's just interesting to see where my mind was, you know? Dock your bones? Doctor bones? What? Doppler bones. That sound reminds me of kids' TV in the 80s, either BBC or ITV. There's just a particular kind of sound that they had at the time when they were doing program logos, you know, idents and things. And that really feels like that to me. Dual string flutes. Excuse me, is this preset's name? It's like a long defunct marching band that's never going to be heard from again. Forever vibes. Ooh, what's this? French horny flute. Really? Really, guys? Okay. Harp arpeggio, wide dine, so wide and dynamic. You can hear the tape underneath that sound. And the harpist in the background, I guess. I like that a lot. I mean, Lonely Bell. Yeah. Melancholy. I did a thing there that maybe nobody noticed, but I didn't use a single black note in that little section. I watched a video from Christian Henson of Crowhill the other day that was talking about making music only with white notes. And it's actually quite a challenge not to slip into some jazz chord or something. I mean, you can still do jazz chords with only white notes. But no black notes at all. Mixed French horns. OptiTron, huh? You know, I'd love to play one of these instruments myself in person. A Mellotron or a ChamberTron or even an OptiTron. Just to see what they're like. That'd be interesting. Romantic picnic. Oh, cute. Could be. Sandy movements. Soul Sust, back again. Thank you for being a regular. I'd give you a cookie, but if I sent it to you, it'd probably taste nasty by the time it reached you. You've been here on every one of the live streams so far, Soul Sust. Amazing. Slow Chamberlain strings. Yeah, absolutely. Slur strings. They rise up into the sound. That's actually cool. Tomato snowflakes. What? It has a vibraphone in it by the sound of it. Vibelicus. Vibes 1 basic. And it says CHB. What does that mean? Channel B? It's funny, it sounds quite 8-bit or something. And that's the end of that bank, because I favorited only a few there. Alright. Hainbach Artist Expansion. Now there's some very freaky things in here, because Hainbach is a very interesting German guy who has a very interesting YouTube channel, and he does all sorts of very interesting and strange, bizarre noises. Bold and beautiful. Bold, yes. Beautiful, that's... Actually, I suppose I can see the appeal. It's certainly very fat with a PH. CRB 2000 Space Basic. Oh yay, he's done some of these as well. Oh, minor, yay, we like minor. Mad guy. Curve to kiss. What? That's a nice sound. It's all rich and full of delays and reverbs and goodness, and it's beautiful. Dark crowd. Drive piano. Interesting. Endless piano wide eye. So depending on how you play that, you could sort of make it feel like it's looping forever. Nice. Engineers, what? That was a very, very, very long 8 seconds. I think it must have been half speed, because I was holding that down forever. Evolve. Derek, if you didn't feel like that, and he says whenever you watch these it makes you want to get on the keyboard, then I'm doing my job wrong. This is supposed to make you want to sit down and play and be inspired. This is not the Inspired by Sound series. I mean, it could well be. But is this thing on? It's sort of like, what am I thinking when I say that? I'm thinking, what can I do if this thing is on? And if it is on, what fun can we have with it? So when I came up with the title for it, I was more thinking like, I could just play, and then if you guys joined me, then you did, and if you didn't, I would just play to myself. Either way, I'd still be doing it, so, you know, I thought, yeah, let's do it. That's a lovely preset, Evolve. I really like that. Fallback. For the players. Oh, what a fat delay. I like that. Giant string too wide. This is one of the hardest keys to play in on this instrument because, as I said earlier, there's only 2 F sharps, and if you weren't aware, I'm playing an F sharp there, so I have that, this, and then everything else outside that. Oh, it's tough stuff, I say. Oh, giant string too slow and wide and dying this time. Hi. Alrighty, I like that as well. What's that called? Hands something sinister. Oh, it is. Hey man, happy progger. Yes, Aftertouch does a thing. Fun noise. Helter Skelter. HP waves wide, slow, and dyne. If anybody thinks you can't make modern music with the M-Tron plugin, you'd be so wrong. So very wrong. These tapes, well, these are not... these are new sounds, of course, but, you know, the original M-Tron sounds are probably from what I think the 50s right through to the 70s, 80s. I'm not sure if they go up that far. But you combine that with some modern sounds and you can do whatever the hell you want. I mean, even combining some of this stuff with, like, some of the sounds we've heard before this with the Alex Ball and Hainbach expansions, and you can make great music with an old-style plugin. I mean, this sound is proof of that. This is a very modern sound in an old plugin. I think it's fantastic sound. I don't know, it's so good. Kota Kalimba. Crowd choir. Now that's nice too. Full of riffs. I mean, that sound is just makes you want to play. It's toy piano, Mickelson basic. Yeah. Of course, you have to do the obligatory. And play it slightly off time, because, well, that's what you do. Mickelson late harmonics. Wow. Yeah. Power chords. Big. Space Discovery 1967. Yes, I actually can see that. That is definitely of its time. Strange flute. Strange what? Strange flute or fruit? Hi. Jeremy Jeffers, nice to see you here, sir. I don't think I've seen you in one of these lives before, so welcome. Sweet strings, well, yeah, we like that. You can make some very, very thick chords with that. That's the last of the Hainbach presets, according to my favorites list. So we move on to OptiTron, and there are so many things in this. So the Optigon, I think I'm saying that correct, was what I mentioned earlier about this disc thing. It's not M-Tron. It's not the same technology at all. It's not tape-based, it's disc-based. And they had all these tracks with these accompaniments on one side, and you can play them. The reason it didn't sell well is because, of course, all the sounds in this thing were super lo-fi because it was made sort of quite early. I don't know if it was ahead of its time or not, if it was just badly implemented. But the playing on some of this stuff is just through the roof amazing. Like, the musicians put like labors of love into this stuff. You can really hear it in some of these. So yeah, we'll sort of see as we progress through this. So fun. What does that do? I mean, look at that. Such great playing. And I think all of these are 110 BPM. So, yeah. You had to play really, really, really tightly so that they would fit in the groove of the disc or whatever. So that's just, again, such discipline, such fantastic stuff. Basic big band. This reminds me of Just Williams stories read by Martin Jarvis. Just so damn good. So basically, you just have to hold the key down for either, well, 1 or 2 bars, depending on how you feel about it. So that was C, G, A flat, A, and B flat, and then B, and then we go on to the actual keys as usual. So if I go chromatically from C up to the next octave, here's what it sounds like. So these are the majors, but some of these are not exactly the key you think they would be. So we're going to start with C, go to C sharp, D, D flat, E flat, and so on. So we've gone through all the majors and minors. If you notice that the E and the A are not quite E and A, and I think there was a channel I was watching the other day whose name absolutely escapes me. Really, really good channel, and I came across it by accident. He was showing us an actual real Optigon, and he said that they didn't have enough tracks on the disc to do majors of all of the things, so there's some repeats, and E and A are repeats. I think that one is, the A is like, it's an E, is it E diminished or E augmented or something like that, which is close enough to A, because it's also higher up the keyboard as well in a different place, so they just repeat that track. And the end of range, where you've got C to F after all the minors finish, is... Oh, that's interesting. It's a different version of C sharp on the C. I think these must be sort of miscellaneous things they weren't really sure what to do with. Oh, sorry. That's C is also a different type of C. Yeah, obviously. C sharp is a different type of C sharp. That, which is D, is also a copy of the first E, so the major E. That's a repeat. And that's... That's E augmented as well. And again, that's a repeat of the major E. So I don't know how they exactly arrange the track. Somebody knows somewhere. There's probably a cheat sheet, but it's very interesting. And if you do it right, you can play some awesome stuff. So this whole well, not the entire Optigon stuff is about these. You have the sounds as well that go with each style. There's each disc, as I say, has a style, if we call them that, sort of the old Yamaha terminology, and sounds that go with it that you play on the right keyboard, I think. These loopy things that you hear. See, this is where this came from. This was actually one of the very first sounds I played to you initially, which is actually in the factory bank, probably to entice you into buying the other one. And here the B actually works. Yeah, so there was maybe just keys missing so that you would go and buy the expansion for it, which I did. I have all the expansions because I'm an idiot. But from what I remember the guy saying in the video I watched over the weekend, you put down or press down whichever of these keys you want, and then on the right hand you have a melodic set of sounds that you can also play from the disc, and it triggers those with the right hand on a keyboard. So you would basically put down these ones, whichever you want, or one. That's the first G there. That's the A flat. See how grungy these recordings are? They're so dirty. Jeremy Jeffers says they're diminished chords. I thought so, but I wasn't 100% sure. My theory is not up to scratch. I can play, but don't ask me about theory. If you're telling me you couldn't possibly start a killer tune just with that alone, you'd be lying. Yes, I love these dirty record sounds. Fun times, right? So basic cha-cha-cha, this is also part of the factory bank. I think we heard this earlier as well. So I think actually in my Dinky Donk track I actually used this, and I used the A, and did I use F minor? I think I did. I did exactly that. So you can just basically play, as long as you know where you're going, you can play some very random notes, but you get some very cool results. Basic champagne music. This one is one of my favorites. So the intro chords, the intro keys for this one. So those are all the intro keys. Like the B flat's just drums by itself. So I'm playing the B flat and the C together there, because these are all well, not all recorded without drums per se, but their drums are quite minimal in the background. If they're there at all. It's hard to tell under all the bloody hiss, but they're still so exciting to me, these things. That's just ridiculous. I mean, it's funny. You think about all the work that musicians put in, getting into a studio or wherever they recorded, onto whatever they recorded onto, these discs, I guess. Were they using real microphones, or like, was it gramophone technology? I doubt it. But it comes out all this lo-fi. It's like, all this hard work we put into learning these freaking riffs for you people, and this is the shite you give us. Like, the effort is just mad. So basically, to get that, I'm doing G an octave higher than I would normally, and then F below, like an octave lower, E flat below that, and then jumping up to the B flat, like in the same octave. And you just have to think really weirdly. And you got to play it in time. It's hard work, but it's fun. Man, oh man. Basic, easy does it. This one's nice. Just a ding on the disc, and then the rest is just noise. Listen to that noise! Someone's made an effort to clean it up, because you can hear there's like noise reduction artifacts in the thing. The piano player in this is just amazing. I like what he's done, or she. Very, very simple, but just great playing. And the vibes, there's an organ in there. Listen to all the instruments actually in these things. Look at the bass player just sticking like an extra note there, like staccato. I mean, freaking sick! I want to know who actually played on these recordings. I haven't managed to find that out yet. I believe there's a website which is OptiTron.com, which I should look at, or Optigan.com or something, because I am very, very curious. Some of the playing on this is just ridiculous. Singing rhythms, this is a fun one as well. Great rhythm, just great rhythm. And then now those are all the default keys, or the pre-keys, and then we get into the actual singing parts. So much fun. Wide Easy does it. So this one is like a wide version of one of the ones we heard here. I think we're in the wides now, so all of these will be wides because, of course, it's going in alphabetical order. So it's where they basically take two of the same sound, because remember this plugin can do layers, and you basically spread them out, probably wide pan. Ah, now we have wide rolling easy. I didn't show you all of the basic rhythms, but this is wide rolling easy. Rolling easy is actually very cool. I like this. It's listen to all the instruments you can just hear under the hiss. The hiss is slightly louder than some of them. There's guitar there. There's bass, there's, I think Whirly, not Rhodes, actually, and an organ going on in the background as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Crazy stuff. Great conducting, just great conducting. All right, so we're done with OptiTron. OrchesTron now is a similar idea to the Optigon, but no rhythms in this, just loopable sounds. So this is called 120 BPM Piano Love. So it's like a forever delay, essentially. Whatever you play will just get looped. So one note, chord, whatever you want to do. Of course, if you spread those out, then you can have all sorts of ridiculous fun. As long as you can either hold all the notes or put your sustain down after you've played all the notes you want. Because anything you put down after the sustain is down is not going to be sustained. Weird. Why? Yeah. Osteo Hallways Moon Dust or Moon Dust. I don't know. Some of these names, honestly, so hard to pronounce because I can't read them other than hearing them in my headphones. It's a nice one because the key release actually, because these things loop, I guess, the key release is what really kind of sets this one up. So whenever you release, then the note kind of comes back, it's unfiltered, and it becomes bigger and fatter and more wonderful. So if I just hold a chord, and then when I release the chord, you'll know I'll release all the keys individually. So nice. Elemental something. Ethereal Soup. I like that you can hear the kind of dusty disc underneath it all. So cool. Mellow piano looper. So of course I'm having to hold down all these notes to get them to sing the way I want. So when I'm doing runs, of course, they're not getting stuck because the sustain isn't down when I do that. So you makes, as I said, this thing makes you really play in a totally different way than you otherwise would. You can tell exactly which notes did and didn't get held by what you can hear in the loop. That time I got lucky because I was able to put down all the notes for a 10-note chord. Like that. Or perhaps... Why did those get missed off? Silly thing. Organ donor. Why not? Piano and string thing. Yes, I like piano and string thing. Yes, it also loops because it's what it does. Piano, basic, orc, I guess orchestral. Listen to how each sound stacks up because it's all being read off a disc. This is manageable at that point. It just stacks up. Piano wide, dynamic, and filtered. So there, I've obviously played soft and hard, and you can hear the dynamic there. Or nice though. Violins left to right. This is one of those like we had earlier where you can sort of play a lot of chords, a lot of notes, and then just play them separated. Lovely delay over the left side there. Yeah. Violins wide, dynamic, and filtered. Woo-ha! Violins wide, dynamic, and slow. Yay. And that's the end of that bank. We're getting through these at least. Right, so now we're into the Streetly Tapes M300 leads. Very nice sounds in this one, as I recall. Yep. I mean, they're in my favourites. I don't know why I keep saying nice, but it's all I can think of. Do forgive my silliness. That sound is called a metallic aftertaste, and well, it is, isn't it? Because I play the chord, all the notes, and then they just go on forever. See, I've long stopped playing. That sound is stuck there. That's a nice sound. Very great for logos and doing intro to things. Oh. Bright Spanish guitar. Of course, there's no low E, so you can't go low E, so you have to do it above. Just do that instead. See if anyone's still listening. Cello clarinet split. Deformed organ. Well, you could take that a number of ways, I think. Ah, what fun. Dwan steady. Dynamic strings. Yeah. Fizzy vibrato organ. That's silly. Glass pad. Okay. Groaning cellos and violins, I think that's what it says. Aha! Double length, okay. Haunted and Celestes. Ooh, there's a freaky noise under there. It'll soon be Christmas. Well, no, that's already come and gone, actually. Scary noise. So, who's buying this plugin then? Have you heard anything that you like today? M300 Spanish Guitar Basic. M300 Vibes Basic. We heard a lot of vibes, haven't we? Oh man, these are really particularly nice vibes too. They ring out nice. 8 seconds. Mellow organs of dub. Can find uses for that. For show. Novacordia. Aye, aye, aye. Organ synth. It's a noisy one, isn't it? Slow off the mark strings. Okay, why slow? How slow? Ah, they're set to halftime, which is why they took so long to leave. String stereo field. Aye. Summer trip. That's lovely. That's called Vibomatic. And yeah. It's full of promise. If you can definitely write pieces with just this thing, just this plugin and nothing else. I mean, I did it, but it was just a very short idea thing. It wasn't anything in particular. And now we get onto the Streetly Tapes SFX console, so it's a sound effects console. So a lot of these, I would not be surprised if you haven't heard them in old films and things like that. Yeah, it's the usual walk around type things. And there are loads in this tape bank. I didn't favourite tons of them because I know where to find them if I want them, but I favorited a couple. So each key is a separate sound, right? They're not related. I mean, they might be grouped into some kind of thing. And some of them are incredibly hard to guess. These aren't. But you know what scares me about this? Is that this recording is years old. So that person is either dead or very old at this point. But during the recording, they were a baby. That's just weird. Exactly. Oh, hang on. Is that a funny one? Yes, smacking himself in the face. That's just great. Yeah, what's that all about? The beginning of this sound is very weird. Did you, like, push a suitcase off a desk or something? What is that? I mean, it's great, but what's it got to do with the sound that's in the same key? This is all one key. Followed by... all of that... all of that's in one key. So what you do is, if you hear a sound, you come up with a story for what the sound is doing. One key. Cartoons? Could be. Is that sort of fake climbing stairs? And because all of these are recorded in mono, you kind of don't get a sense of how big the place is they're walking in, other than that reverb is pretty big. So maybe it's a reverby stairwell or something. I don't know. It's just so fascinating to me. I want to know all about the things, and I'll never know, probably. Tennis? Also want to know where half of this was recorded. Was it recorded in the US, in the UK, in Germany, somewhere else, random? I don't know. Some things are indeed obvious later. There are particular types of phone ringy type things and train horns which are very American, some which are quite English and stuff. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's fascinating. That's a version of that sound, but later on in the recording, so... ping pong, tennis. Table tennis. And what do you call that? Or that? Fishing line? A big whip? Don't know? Don't know. Snooker or pool? I'm not sure I could tell the difference, I'll be honest. That was a very scary glass break. What? Ah, tip glass into a bin. Okay, now someone doctored that sound. It's lots of pool balls going together, but with slight audio fades in between each sound. Listen carefully. You couldn't do that on a tape. Not like that. So someone's put that together for some reason or other. Oh man, if I could have permission to just smash old bits of glass that nobody wanted, I would take it. Because I like smashing glass. Not because I'm a violent person, but just because the sound of glass is very satisfying. That's less satisfying. Is that bottles in a bottle bank? Or in a cafe? Big bin or bucket? Oh, that sounded like it clonked someone on the head. Milk float in the rain. Ay, ay, ay. And that's... I was wrong. I was wrong. That's the end of this particular preset, right? So every key has its own story to tell, all 37 of them. Imagine there are a hell of a lot of presets in here, so I'm hoping I didn't favorite too many of these. I did favorite a couple more, so I'll quickly go through these. Because you could be here all day just on the individual presets here. But there's some real joyful things in some of these. Yeah, if it made you look, that's fine. Alice! My daughter Alice. Toka Alice. Hey. So who's getting married? Now that's a fun one because you can hear the tape kind of spin up into the sound. Oh dear. Some lovely clocks, well, or chimes or towers in this one though. Alice, can you see me all right in the camera? Am I lined up? Lovely. These great big churches, where were these recorded? I want to know. There's a few of these. Now that exact sound sounds like something that you would hear in a film like Goodnight Mr. Tom or something like that. Again, I'd be shocked if I haven't heard that somewhere. wonderful. And they're all slightly different tonality, aren't they, these bells? Lovely things. Oh, just one lonely, solitary ring. Beautiful. Dingy, dingy, dingy to you as well. Is that someone's fire alarm? Like cowbells or goat bells, whatever you call them. Horse bells, maybe? Could that be an old New York fire engine? Bad school fire alarm? I mean, I've done that with glass bowls before, so, you know. Maybe that's the fire engine. Or a train. An American train. Yeah, that also could be. That's a ringing phone, but of an odd... That's a very specific ring. I'm not sure where that's from. Oh, it's Birdie! That's not. Man, that's angry. Can I cook it? She said she can see lights on the keyboard, but not me. I'm just hiding in the dark. It's great. Oh, now this is the fun one. You get some sort of technology things. Typewriter. Someone knows how to type. That sounds like a British accent behind that. Yes? Dining hall or something. That sounds like a shop. So my daughter Alice likes to write stories. So what I need to do is to have her read a story and then find all the sounds from any of these tapes to put in the stories. That'd be quite fun. It's a girl, everybody. It's a fantastic girl. What do you know? Hip hip hooray and all that. That's a sporting event, gotta be, right? Oh my god. Ooh, could that be like a fun fair? A roller coaster? That could be a train station. It's very echoey. Some of these recordings are quite saturated, you see, so it's very interesting to try and sort of guess what's behind them all. That's an indoor space of some sort. Ah. Some comedy laughs for you. Just stand up and wave when you hear that, you know. Take a bow. You have to wonder what some of these events actually were, don't you? Oh, people talking in a library. No, it's not a library. It's too noisy. Sounds like some little kids there and everything. But you know what's weird, of course? I mean, it makes sense because of the time it was recorded. There's no mobile phones going off in the background. These are all like pre-90s, pre-80s, I should think. Probably pre-70s. Or maybe mid-70s, I don't know. But it's a whole thing. Ah, time for some splashes and what have you. There's some fun ones in here from what I remember. Splashington! Somebody swimming. Ah, somebody rowing in a rowboat. That's very choppy sea. That's less choppy sea, different beach, I think. Don't let that hit you on the way out. Oh dear. Alice's idea of a school play earlier makes sense. Never thought of that. This one's all about water. I like it. Would that be a ship's horn then? Can't decide if that's a train or a ship. That place is quite peaceful. It's nothing to do with water. That's a phone indeed. And I'm thinking that's a UK old style phone box. Oh, clunk. Is that insert coin? Insert coin. Put phone on receiver. Now that is an angry ring. Very angry ring. 2 bells. But why did the second one come in late? I'm curious about that. Is that an American phone box? Big bells in that thing. Giant. That's an American ring if ever there was one. I actually have a ring box like that in my house. Again with the 2 rings and the bells coming in late. The size of those bells in a box, that's massive. I mean, really. That probably means something to somebody, but I don't know what. No tone. That's a horrible ring. It's dissonant and not very nice. I'm thinking a phone box in the train station. Okay, that might not be a phone, unless it's a hand-cranked ring. More phones. I think that's an old UK dial tone. Ah, rotary phone, gotta love them. Now that, I'm sure I've heard in radio plays going back years. Yep, that too. That ring is common. Well, it was at one point, I mean. Does it have a pickup at the end? No, it doesn't. The pickup's on the next key, if you're curious. And the drop. Engaged. Oh, now that's a sound you won't hear much these days. Coin return. When you've made your phone call and spoken to whoever you spoke to, but you put more money in the box than the box needed, you can have your money back. Sometimes you don't get your money back. I remember those times as well. I didn't like that very much. Alice, you'll never have to deal with phone boxes like this in your life. I did. My mum used to take me to phone boxes when we didn't have a phone in our house. And sometimes we'd used ones that took cards, and sometimes we'd use ones that took money. And they often sounded a bit like that. That's a strange one. I think that means that you need to either insert more money or your call is about to end. Ooh. Bus coming to a stop? Yeah, I think these are kind of London bus noises, if I'm not mistaken. From the driver's cab perspective, I think. And boy, it saturated the mic hardcore. Clip it all up to hell. Oh, that's a cool noise. That's a very empty bus, you know. That is a sound that I didn't know that I remembered until I heard it. That is the old ticket noise when the conductor would come around and give you paper ticket. So you would sit down and the conductor would come to you and you'd pay. What a nostalgic noise. Haven't heard that in years. My Uncle Morris, by the way, used to be a bus conductor in the 1950s. The thing is, old cars often sounded like motorbikes, so don't know if that's a car or a motorbike. He's reversing in that one. Honestly, some of these recordings are so clippy. Great. Train pulling into a station there. All sorts of ridiculous noises. Oh, well, I did tell you. Cartoon sound effects and ridiculous things. All that's on one key, by the way. I didn't do any of that. It did it. How do you make all these noises without very high-tech technology these days? Huh? What's the deal? Cymbal rolling everywhere. Reminiscent of such old war films and what have you. You don't pop open champagne and drink that quickly. You never even poured it. What are you doing? So that, I actually recorded that to Soundforge earlier in the week, and I slowed it down, and it's a guy complaining of having to get up late at night to go downstairs where it's very cold and answer the phone to this other person who rang this person, and that you've got a lovely white telephone by the side of your bed. I don't have a white telephone because they're very expensive. We're lucky with your white telephone. It's very strange. Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah, I mean, you could tell bad jokes with these noises, couldn't you? I haven't got any, but if I did, I would. Thank you. You know, most of these people are probably not even here anymore. It wasn't supposed to be funny. I'm just making an observation. Stop laughing. Stop clapping. We've had this conversation. You're a really rubbish audience. Yes, the epitome of canned laughter, because it's all pre-recorded. Oh dear. So yeah, all the laughing things. Now I shall play you noises without discussing any of them, and you can put together a story in your face. So there. And we've come to the end of that sound bank for now. Yeah. There's loads in there, by the way. I mean, I don't remember how many presets there are on that tape bank, but there are a ton, an absolute ton of them. So we're now in the Strictly Tapes Volume 1, and this is a really nice 2 tenor, 2 alto sax dub section, and I just love how it sounds to play. I do like that. Is apparently called 40s Leon Screen. I don't know why some of these names have the names they do. I don't understand. I'll be honest. DM Photographer, hi. Welcome back to the stream. I think you've been here on all of them now, so this is the third time I've seen you. That was called a Barrow Choir. Wide, slow. Really nice. Bottleneck. Fun. Well, that's the only thing in there. All right. I have a couple in volume 2 as well. DS12 violins, half speed and play. That's nice. DS Lost Sailors. Ooh. Nice. And that's the last one in that bank, actually. Volume 3. I guess I'm probably going to come back to some of these, because if I've only got 2 or so favorites in each of these banks, it probably means that I only went through them very, very cursory. So this is called DS Gabriel CP Piano. I don't know if that's Peter Gabriel or not. That's the one advantage to having this sustain way it works, is that if you put down these notes and sustain them, then when your sustain is down, you can play these other notes that will not sustain. For, of course, 8 seconds, since the thing runs out after that point. And if you play any of the existing notes that you had sustained while you are in sustain mode, of course, it will play them. See, all gone now. So when you do that, you just have to... But that's the only thing. Yeah. DS Good Vibes 1. Yeah. Oh, that's the only one there. For volume 3. All right. Volume 6, we go all the way from there. So I need to go through volumes 4 and 5 and see if there's anything to add to favorites there. So that's one thing I have not done. Ancient Symbols and Time Wide. Oh, this thing. Really old sounding timps and things. So I think I know how I favorited some of these. I probably didn't set any of the banks, and I was just going through, so it would go through alphabetical order in every possible combination. So anything that got favorited from any of these other banks was just purely by accident. Attack and Rebound, for example, is the, it's early A's, so I may have only got down to D's in my scrolling, and then I went by bank and decided to go through by bank instead of by the entire collection. That's super cool. So you can play some kind of riffy thing and just let it do its thing. That's so fun. And so that's the last one there. Actually, that's the last bank at all. So we've come to the end of my favorites now. So that's good. Not good in terms of I'm bored of you guys, because I'm really not. I've had a lot of fun. But I can leave it here, and I can probably play you out on this attack and rebound sound, and hope that you've had fun today, once again, joining me in this strange exploration of sound that we've been through, because I like to think that we enjoy these together, and if you do, I'll be back. Is there a particular synth you'd like to mess with? Because if there is, I would like to know about it, or like me to mess with, or maybe you're thinking of buying, but you'd rather hear it first, because that's what this is all about, really, allowing you to hear before you buy. If you're not here, you can leave your thoughts in the comments. If you're listening on the replay or watching on the replay, there's much to watch, and it's not about the visuals in my videos. It never is. It's all about the sound. It's about sitting back with your headphones on, putting your feet up on the ottoman or whatever, or your speakers in your studio in your safe, comfy space, and listening to me play for you. So you don't have to look at the screen, even concentrate on it. You don't have to do any of that. The visuals are not important. It's about what you hear and what it makes you feel. That's where I come from with these videos. So if there's a particular synth you'd like to hear about, piece of software, plugin, even an effect, we can go through effects, and I'll just pick some random synth to play with the effects. Might be fun to do. Also, if you'd like me to compose something live for the next live stream or something, I'm going to try and do these weekly. I say try. I'm not going to commit to anything because, life gets in the way, and also things. And if I ever want to leave the house on a Saturday for any reason, like, have a life, then that would be impossible. But have a think. And if you have a particular thing, then let's discuss that. And if I've got it, I can try and demo it for you, because I really enjoy doing these, and I kind of feel like I should have done this sooner, but I'm not going to have any regrets or anything like that. Just things happen when they happen, you know? So, yeah. That's me. Oh. I've enjoyed this year, though. The end of this year, doing these 3 live streams. Many hours of just sitting and playing for you guys to listen to, and girls, and other people. And, you know, like I said, if I wasn't doing it for you, I'd be doing it for me. So why not just sit and play the things? It's joyful. I have so much fun with it. So I'm going to leave it be and hope that you have a lovely 2024. Stick on some music so I can talk over the ending. There we go. Yeah, that's been me. Thanks for listening, and enjoy your new year. If you're watching this post beginning of 24, I hope you have a fantastic year. Definitely. Take care, and let's convene again real soon. I'll let this play out a little bit. I'm out. I've been your host, Andre Louis, and I shall see you again soon.